Hey everybody! Well, today we're going to take a look at another one of these cool and interesting little metal models from a company called Mecrob that we can see right here. Now this is the labor robot. I guess it's a little robot. You can see what he looks like right there. So like the squid that I did earlier, if you saw that video, they are using one of the vacuum tubes for the head, which is really neat. Some random parts to make this little robot. I thought he was kind of neat looking. Comes in this really nice canister, so let's take a look at all the parts. So here's all the stuff that this comes with. Now there's not too many parts on this, which is nice. It's a relatively simple kit compared to some of the other ones I've done. But you can see all the different parts that they use on here. It's usually just random hardware that they have found a way to turn into some kind of a sculpture or a robot or an animal or creature. And it's pretty neat. It's like clever parts usage for just everyday stuff. That is the light that's going to light up the head. Unfortunately, it does not come with batteries. You're going to have to get your own batteries for that. These kits, sometimes they come with batteries, sometimes they don't. I wish they'd kind of decide one way or the other. I think they should provide the batteries. After all, you are paying for these kits, and you don't have to go chasing batteries down after you've already got the whole thing built. I'm sure it has something to do with the shipping. It also comes with a set of the needle nose pliers, a screwdriver, the little hex wrench type of thing, and I still don't know what these cloth pieces are for, but they all come with that as well. But yeah, it should be pretty fun to build. Here is the instructions now. And you can tell that this is not a very complicated kit because you can see that the parts legend is very short. It's only just right up to this point. So these kits go together pretty good. There's times where things get a little tricky, where you're putting a bunch of multiple stuff together at once. For instance, right here, look at that. Sometimes those can get a little bit of a hassle, but this kit is a simple one. So there's some that are much more complicated than this that I've kind of messed around with, and they can be sometimes a little frustrating to put together, but for the most part, they go together pretty good. This is a cool little robot. I love that they use these old-style vacuum tubes for the head. We saw that on the squid model that I built. I did a video on. If you check that out, you'll know what I'm talking about. But it's really neat. You can see how this all goes together. So it shouldn't take too long to put this together. He's kind of neat. That's what he looks like when he's all finished. It's very cool. Looks like he's kind of got his arms forward like that. I'm sure the arms and legs are probably adjustable as well. All right, well, this should be pretty fun to build. I can't wait to get started on it. All right, so I am nearly finished here. This is going together really fast, and it's going together very nicely too. But I do want to mention that the screwdriver that they provide is going to be too small for a couple of these screws. This one here on the legs, those screws are really big, and so are the ones that go inside to make the arms connect. And so the screwdriver they provided isn't going to be big enough. You're going to need a larger headed screwdriver. And this one I got from a different kit. You can see they're kind of the same. So just know that that is going to be something you're going to have to use. And there's the light. That's the light that will light up the vacuum tube body. And I think I mentioned already that it does not come with batteries, so you're going to have to provide your own. It takes 3, and I'll get the number for the batteries. I'll put it in the video here a little bit later. But all right, so I'm almost done. I'll show you what it looks like when it's finished. All right, here he is all finished now, and it looks pretty cool, I gotta say. Now I got him turned sideways like his upper body, because when I turn him clockwise, the light will come on in his body, so that's why he's turned this way. But for now, we're just going to kind of take a look. So the front of his feet have the screws pointing forward. Originally, I had them the other way around, and when I saw the picture, I was like, oh, I got those on backwards. So it goes together pretty well, like I mentioned. The only part that was kind of a problem is near the end. When you put this vacuum tube on, there's all those pins at the bottom of the tube. You put these clear kind of rubber spacers on each of those pins, and then you push this whole thing down into this ring. And then there's some space in between where the light fits in here, down underneath right there, you can kind of see. And that's all kind of really kind of fiddly to try to get that to fit just right. And you got to squeeze it on there, and then you got to make sure you have the body faced the right way so that when you turn it, the lights will come on. So it's a little bit of finagling with that. I don't know. You know, the pins, they're going to bend inward once you get the ring put on there. it fits fine, but you know, it's I don't know. I wish they had a better way to do that, to be honest with you. But it looks really cool. You can kind of see he's got these little legs and arms. Okay, so now let me dim the lights here. And let's see. Let me turn on his light right there. So there we go. And now you can kind of see. Let me turn him more forward so he's kind of lined up. And there he is. You got the little light shining through the vacuum tube. His head. It's really neat. Now the legs, I had one leg longer than the other. That's why this one's kind of bent in a weird way. And like I said, you're going to have to manipulate a lot of this to make it fit just right. But I mean, it looks cool. I love the way it looks. These little things here, when you're building them, you're going to have to bend forward. That's where those needle nose pliers kind of come in handy, but it looks really neat. It's a clever use of parts. Bunch of random stuff that they probably used. It'd be interesting to know what these were for originally, but here they work good as the feet. Same with these for the arms. And I didn't even think they made vacuum tubes anymore, but maybe they do. I don't know. Are they still being used? I'm not really sure. But it definitely looks good when it's lit. Now on camera it's looking like it's a yellow light, but it's white. It's a nice white light that kind of shows up in there. It's not super bright or anything like that, but it looks really good when it's lit up. And then when it comes time to change the batteries, you're just going to pull the head up, and then you can unscrew the little light in there and then change the batteries. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty neat. Now the batteries you're going to need for this are AG1 LR621. AG1 LR621, I'll put it down here somewhere so you can see what they are. I'm not sure how easily available they are. Sometimes some of these button cell batteries are kind of hard to find, and sometimes they're kind of expensive too. But you're going to need 3 of them. They may have a different serial number, and maybe your kit will come with it. As I said, sometimes these kits come with the batteries, and sometimes they don't. I really don't know what the deal is with that, but it's pretty cool. So this is called the Laborer on the Mecrob website. It's $36. And it's kind of fun to put together. It won't take you long to put together at all. It's one of the more simpler kits. So it's just kind of fun to spend a few hours putting this together, and I think you might enjoy it. So I'll put a link in the description if you'd like to get one. This is not a sponsored video. I'm not being sponsored by Mecrob or anything like that. I just happened to find it and thought this was kind of a fun little kit. All right, well, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. I'd very much appreciate it, and until the next time, I will see you on the next video. So thank you so much for watching, and have a good one.